Good morning, everyone, and Merry Christmas. It's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Feminine read for you, and if I have time, I'm going to put up a Divine Masculine read today as well. And there's a little bit of stressful energy, a little sadness energy this morning, but overall, it's pretty good actually. It's just I'm feeling kind of like a little bit of karmic energy creeping into the day. So it's just about really mastering your presence and staying in the present moment and at peace with yourself. Okay, so I'm going to get into 21 came up this morning, as well as 7s and 8s. I kept waking up at kind of like 8s, like 8:08 and then 8:18, so 8s were coming up a lot this morning. And while I was putting out the cards, like I said, a little bit of sadness was creeping in. And maybe some memories coming up, because it's Christmas. We tend to look back at family and past Christmases and all that kind of thing. But when that feeling was coming in, as I was starting to put out the cards, the 3 years that it's been came up. And then of course that brought up, after all I've tried for 3 years, seems like 90, why then am I scared to finish what I started? What you started, I didn't start it. And for those of you who don't know, that's from Jesus Christ Superstar. God, thy will is hard, but you hold every card. I will drink your cup of poison, nail me to their cross and break me, beat me, bleed me, kill me. Take me now before I change my mind. So some of the feelings that are coming through for you may actually be your masculine, all right, going through this. So just stay present and be aware of this, okay? And also right after that, I heard in the faint distance like airplane noises, but it wasn't a direct airplane noise. It was kind of like the noise of ghost winds blowing, like in a movie, if they would make that sound of ghosts bustling in the trees. That's kind of what the sound was, fading away. So we get into the Divine Feminine read for today. It was 9:28 to 29. And the major arcana were Indigo, Shadow, Reason, and Ascension, which are Indigo is the Magician, Shadow is the Devil, Reason is the Emperor, and Ascension is the World card. And like I said, 21 already came up today. It is the 25th. 25 is the Knight of Wands. So it's about running around, being busy, and being passionate. The day adds up to, we're at the 48, which is the 8 of Cups. So that's actually walking away and going within. So make sure you have some going within time to balance that Knight of Wands, which is really busy physical energy, very passionate. Rushing in to wherever you're going, last minute gifts, all that kind of thing, okay? So there were 3 wands, 2 cups, and 2 pentacles for the feminine, and no swords, which was actually really nice coming up this morning. And then there were 2 queens, Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Wands. So it's all about the hostess today who's cooking dinner. Not that the men aren't doing it, but it's, traditionally it's about the woman of the house being the hostess at Christmas dinner. So Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Wands are coming up. So it could be the Divine Feminine going to her sister's house or a friend's house or a mother's house, or it could be a friend's house as well. But that Queen of Wands energy is coming up as possibly those other people or karmics in your life, okay? So the numbers coming up are 66, 99, which are 6s and 9s in the read, okay? So 69 also comes up, and then just the number 9. 18 also comes up in the coding. And the coding was all about the masculine, really. So it's really prompting us to understand the feelings that are coming through for us today. Maybe really our masculines coming through. So just to really master those energies. The indigo is coming through today, as well as the 9. Okay, and Sagittarius energies, and the Hermit, and He. Okay, and I was getting, so the 9 or Hermit, the Sagittarius energy, but as well as Sage energy, which is the wise one, is also the Queen in the Syrian Starseed deck. And then the Hermit, Indigo, He, which is all about the masculine, or the masculine within you. Then He and I and N were coming out to make sure to go within, and he and in. So going within having to do with the masculine, okay, but then he and in were popping out because they were several times in the words of the codes, which put together he and in is hein, which is Dutch or it's a Dutch word, hein, German, of physical demarcation between fields or yards, like a fence or a wall or a ditch, okay? It's also a skinny person or a skinny horse personification of death, which brought up the prison camps for me, okay? So hein's coming up, all right? So the masculine feeling like death. Putting up that wall, demarcation, a physical wall to protect himself. Also, it means it's just a masculine given name, but it was kind of cool what came up for hein. In the Urban Dictionary online, it came up a man strong in his own way with a heart of gold. But it was funny because they spelled heart H-A-R-T. Will go the extra mile to help other people. If you know a hein, you can be considered to be the luckiest person alive. And then also hein, in some games that were coming up in the headers, was King of Fighters, which was X1V, which is 14. And that was from SNK Wiki. And then another game came up, hein gained trust of the king, who governed a large reign of floating continent and became the castle's wizard. And in reality, he is one of the several monsters sent by Zoraid, or whoever the character is, to cause chaos on the floating continent, and his true form is skeleton being, okay? So he might be feeling like this today. So getting into the read, it starts out with the underlying energy of the wounded warrior, the Nine of Wands, suddenly very much in uncomfortable emotions. So this could be the feminine or the masculine or both, because you're feeling each other, okay? And the wounded warrior was surrounded by the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands in the past position and the Queen of Pentacles in the foundation position. But the wounded warrior suddenly very much in uncomfortable emotions, pulling to the right, white horses pulling a sleigh. The masculine bears himself to the world, choosing the right path, all right? So we're here very masculine, right? You hear the right coming up? Fencing off the X, free to take a leap of faith to a new passion and growth with angel, with patience, open fields and castle on a hill. He's got a flower and a purse and gray boots, taking steps one at a time, dog at his side, cliff notes to boot. The Queen of Pentacles at home, no light on suffering, to celebrate the day, not expressing those feelings. Okay, so pay attention to the red flags is the card that came up as the underlying energy. Passions was beneath that. So your passions are encouraging you to pay attention to your guides and your synchronicities, okay? Narcissistic home, so you may be headed to someone that may be this way. Small talk and pain, trying to wake others. No pain, no gain. Spilling the beans with some wine, getting comfortable, shoes off. Truth in time. The porch for fresh air with pretty shoes. Man down on his knees to see or fix something, or proposals, if you please. It was just 844, okay, which is all about complete mastery, and the eights. Compassion came up also as underlying energy from the numerology deck with spiritual partnership beneath it. So have compassion within your spiritual partnership. Out on a limb, impatient, holding passion back. Feel the rainbow, seeing the pot of gold at the end. New lives about to begin. The wounded warrior about to travel. Angel without feelings, following guidance and sinks, ending things first and getting 20 winks. Okay, so make sure that you get enough sleep, and if you haven't, pay a lot of attention to this awareness. Just keep yourself present instead of going into those old patterns of thought. Recently, the Queen of Wands with her truth starts a battle at work. Wounded warrior and money, playing ball, new life, or being a jerk. The foundation is the Queen of Pentacles, disconnected but feasting, lacking faith a little but still choosing a path, still twin. Centrally, after rising above no attention, impatiently waiting and a lot of sadness, her wish comes in, devil and all, No more avoiding his sorrows, wanting it all. The challenge being for the Divine Feminine, indigo energy here, after questioning if enough, after loss, rejection, and stuff, a diamond may be offered, maybe a little rough. Now the web, the worst is over. Moving forward without opportunity for justice, and I was getting a lot of masculine energy here between the not feeling like enough and not feeling, and no opportunity to get justice, so kind of leaving it behind, putting down sword in brain wars to find peace with insecurities and who true love is. The Hermit shows muscle, Scorpio looks back, Aquarius feeling cold today, obsessed with family peace. It's just 44 again, 1044. Masculines feeling it, feminines reeling it in. Everyone reeling it in. Soon rising above drama, with opportunity to travel around the world, destiny of King of Cups, unconditional love. Or peace with kids out in the world, tying up loose ends, offering money to the Emperor. Or just a peace offering going on. The Divine Feminine is the Six of Cups today. And this, in the Syrian Starseed deck, it's really beautiful. I love that card. It's two children hugging each other. A message to drop burdens, secrets out, or needing to use your intuition. Let friends help. You deserve love, and calling in your soulmate were all the cards that came up for the Divine Feminine today. Around the Divine Feminine is the Emperor. Healing and forgiving with the Empress reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed. Masculine healing, feminine relationships, mothers, partners, sisters, friends, clear blocks of the world and completion, unhappy family, feeling weak for the Divine Feminine, King of Swords reversed, not in his truth, and married or otherwise committed. So it's about removing these blocks of these thoughts that you don't know are the truth. Okay? Clear blocks of the world, of anything scary out in the world, of completing things, if you have trouble completing things, unhappy family, feeling weak, King of Swords still being reversed or not in his truth, or married or otherwise committed. So clear these blocks of still thinking negative thoughts about the Divine Masculine. The cards that came up for the Feminine are healing, love, and follow your dreams to the extreme. Okay? Harsh truth of romance, extending olive branches, cracking the whip with the kids, going within first. The King of Cups and the Divine Feminine go within first before your journey. To the King of Pentacles, working on details of party, expressing feelings, possibly in a heated exchange with kids. It doesn't have to be a fight or anything. It just be some fun or just, kind of cracking the whip with them. Heated exchange with kids being smarties, or if they're being little smartasses, that kind of thing. The Empress annoyed by the Emperor's ploys and kids' toys. So whoever's getting their house ready, okay? Being about balance and romance and peace and joy. The Divine Masculine's heart warms, awake and detached, tired of triumph and truth, defending himself to family, because now that is moot. The Wounded Warrior, Queen of Pentacles with children, or Dad and Santa. Queen of Wands gets wish and kids to set the table. So glad. Rising above and getting a handle on the world. Everyone has a shadow side, and a balanced one too. Finding balance in the bat cave. The masculine heart warms. The Wounded Warrior twins are out to shine light within at dinner tables of hostesses, all kinds of queens. Bringing a gift to offset the shadow. Rising above their kids' drama and father. Seeing the world in a different way. Fair, give and take. The Divine Masculine in Bat Cave. Okay, so he might be taking breaks when he needs to. Okay, but also I was seeing, and this came up for the masculine read last night and the feminine read today, was the Emperor today had the Empress and the Queen of Cups reversed. The Emperor had the Empress and the Queen of Cups next to each other, facing each other. And maybe not facing each other reversed on the Emperor. And yesterday when I did the masculine read, the clarification cards ended on the Empress and the Queen of Cups facing each other, but it was kind of sticky, hard coming out when those two cards were coming out. It's like someone sitting next to each other who don't necessarily want to sit next to each other, and then the Ace of Cups came up above them. So the masculine feeling like maybe the feminine and his mom will get along, or his feminine and his ex will get along. And then what was coming up here today was the masculine, a masculine energy, whether it's a father or the masculine, with the Queen of Cups and the Empress both reversed on him. Okay, so reflecting maybe they weren't sitting next to each other and getting along. Okay, so that was the read, and I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you. And we have the Ascension deck here. Everyone take a deep breath. Clear and align. What is the message for everyone today, this Christmas? Today is December 25th, 2018. What does everyone need to know? Everyone watching, for the best and highest of all those concerned. What does everyone need to know? What is the advice for us? What is the advice? What is the advice? Here we go. We have Ascended Master Retreats number 49, which is the Get Your Wish card, which actually was the Nine of Cups was in the middle of the read today. And that's the card that pulled out. The bottom is Nature number 3, which is the Empress and Mother Nature. Again, it's about the mother, the hostess. The affirmation for nature is, I thank, bless, and love the entire nature kingdom. And Ascended Master Retreats, number 49, again, like I said, is the Nine of Cups. And it's 49 is a 4. So it's all about the 9 and the 4 of compassion and being responsible. You know, being dependable. But it's that 4 energy of structure in the home, which everyone's spending time in the home today. The great masters of earth have had incarnations, mastered their lessons, and ascended. They are disciplined but compassionate, for they understand the challenges of being in a physical body. This is an invitation to visit in sleep or meditation those ascended masters from whom you wish to learn. In their retreats in the inner planes, they teach their skills and knowledge to students. You can absorb this at an etheric level and start to bring the wisdom into your life. If you feel a resonance with particular ascended masters, ask them to guide you. And the affirmation is, I walk with ascended masters. Okay? And it's all about mastering today. You see? Okay? So make sure you stay present and clear. Always aware of the moment, so that you don't fall into old thought patterns. Clear and align. Clear and align. Clear and align. Okay, what is the message this December 25th, 2018 for everyone watching, for the highest and best of those concerned? Okay, we have imprisonment and slavery at the bottom. This is underlying energy. Okay, maybe some of the energy for some of you guys today. But the cards that came out to you are all about baby and spouse. All right, so it's all about Jesus in the manger and the love between a husband and wife. It's showing you the beauty, you know, because the love, the true love of a husband and wife creating a child is the love, it's God's love, okay? So it's just showing, it's reminding you of the beauty of this day. White lace and promises. And a bird's nest, little birdie, the little babies. And the babies always bring people together. Okay, and today it's all about the birth of a child. From the journey of love, clear and align, take another deep breath. Clear and align. Clear and align. Clear and align. Okay, and what do we have this time? For Journey of Love, December 25th, 2018. What do we need to know? What is the advice for everyone? So that everybody will glow. Okay. 2. 27 is at the bottom of the deck, Ethereal Touch. 27 is the Ace of Wands. Okay, new passion and creativity. The Ethereal Touch. Okay, so to use the Ethereal Touch for your passion and creativity. The two cards that came out for you today are 26, which is the Guardian of the Soul family. Okay, and the other card that came out, and there's very much about a child here. The child is the guardian. And then we have the Christ flame, okay? And this is number 31, which is the expansion, the sacrifice. You know, this very much shows you the energy of Christ on the cross and the baby in the mother's arms. So you have the guardian of the family and the Christ flame. 26 is the Page of Wands, and 31 is the Five of Wands. So there's very much young, passionate energy here to allow the curiosity and the expansion, and to know his name is what I was just getting. I'm going to read them both to you. 26 and 31. 26, Guardian of the Soul family. You're being drawn to kindred spirits in this physical world by loving guardians in the spiritual worlds. If you feel you're leaving relationships behind, do not be afraid. The space that such courageous action creates is sometimes necessary in order to have room for the new to enter your sphere of consciousness. You may also feel how somehow a relationship that seemed to be held back from you is now becoming available to you. There is a great soul love calling you into more intimate connection now. It is sanctioned by the divine. It is karmic destiny to fulfill. There is love that you're to experience in connection with particular souls, predetermined by the divine plan. If you're struggling to feel the soul purpose in your current relationships, take heart, for you're being helped by divine guardians who understand and support the sacred purpose of your relationships. Be open to current relationships healing, whether that means improved communication and enriched experience, or the realization that you've traveled as far as you can together. And know that new relationships are going to be an important aspect of your spiritual destiny being fulfilled. Trust in the divine timing of your life and open your heart to the guardians who help you with unconditional love now. The guidance of this oracle for you is that relationship healing is taking place, in present relationships unfolding, in attracting the right relationships for your future growth, and in leaving behind relationships of the past with a peaceful heart. Be gentle with your heart, beloved. All is well. And the poem reads, when I open my heart, you cover me with a blanket of love and warm the silence with your caress. Words unspoken say it all as we become more than we are alone. Okay. So either, any which way it goes today, it's all okay. It's all for the best. Just be love. Okay? The Christ flame. Within you burns the flame of the Christ. Beyond religion, this flame belongs to all hearts willing to receive the divine, open to it as the lover would open the heart to receive the beloved. Though the awakening of the Christ within brings greater closeness to the divine and therefore greater love and depth of compassion, it too can bring sadness, righteous anger, and a passionate need to contribute positive healing, action, and change in the world. You may be an introspective soul who does this through mastering their inner world with meditation and yoga, raising your own vibration with absolute intent that this bring healing to the world around you. You may be an extroverted soul that thrives in sharing messages and living a life of dynamic action in support of causes that are worthy and moving to your brave heart, capable of feeling divine outrage and responding with inspired action. You may be a combination of these soul types and choosing wisely what you consume, which companies you support, what television you do or don't watch, and what you read, voting for the life you want to have around you in the world through your actions, internal and external. This is the Christ flame igniting within you, setting the world aflame with the fire of divine love. This oracle brings guidance that you're connecting with the universal Christ consciousness, and your heart is meant to awaken as a sacred heart, bearing the Christ flame of divine love this lifetime. You're part of the wave of awakening happening on the earth now. You're exactly where you're meant to be and doing exactly what you're meant to be doing. Keep going. The poem reads, love is more than words can define. It's a feeling which wells up inside and longs for release. It is a smile which starts in my heart and spreads across my face like a silly grin. It is a knowing so deep in my being that every cell speaks in a language that only lovers know. And most of all is the beginning, the birth, the possibility. the promise of a tomorrow, the hope that grows into something we can only imagine when hearts combine and love becomes more. Okay, and today is the birth of that. Okay? Have an amazing day filled with lots of love, peace, and joy. Rise and be loved, guys. Drink your water. Enjoy your food today. Merry Christmas.